you happy?
You just gotta think it, do it, and get it done. You gotta stop procrastinating.
It's time to be creative.
I realized that life is a lot more about the journey.
Experience amazing.
Sometimes you just need to pick up and go.
Get out there and see everything you're missing.
Welcome to
It's
Finding Lost.
The ability to just go. Get off your ass and experience life. Welcome to Finding Lost with Daniel Chipman.
Oh my God, we're here. You did it. You made it from Atlanta. You didn't die. Chad Sibley, brother, how the hell are you, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I really liked that beginning, dude. I was like getting stoked through the whole thing.
Does it get you off your ass a little bit? I mean, we're here to aspire to inspire, brother.
Right? I was thinking to myself, wow, kind of what that whole thing is saying. It's like, get out there, just go do stuff. And I'm like, that's what I've been doing for like the last couple of years, man.
I know. It's basically since Texas, brother. It's been a while.
I know. I miss Texas.
Go ahead and pull this right up.
Even though I've been, that's nice.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't been there only 2 months. But no, it's a totally different world down in Atlanta, man, compared to Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot greener. I will say that. It's...
Georgia is greener than Texas?
Yeah, but Texas is God's country.
Right.
It really is. It's hilly. Everything was really close. The Mexican culture was absolutely phenomenal. They were so friendly. And I made a lot of good friends there. So it was a good time. But it was ready to go on my next journey after a 2-month hiatus, taking a break and driving around the country. So,
where'd you go when you did that?
I started
or where didn't you go, rather?
Well, I started out by being out. When I left my job in San Antonio, I was still living there, but ended up doing contract work in Colorado. So just amazing time I had there. I never want to live there. It's just crazy expensive, but the marijuana is really nice there.
Nice,
I mean, they have a good system there. I hope Michigan ends up getting there someday.
Well, they're getting there. I mean, we're legal now.
It's first step, but I got to say, they do it right. Like, their products have to get tested and everything, so you know what you're purchasing and everything. And here, they don't quite have that set up.
No, they allowed for anyone basically to grow 12 plants.
Right. So, yeah.
I like that they kept that, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, but night and day.
Sure.
But hopefully it gets there. But, so I had a good time out in Colorado, climbing mountains and stuff. And then...
climbing, like what kind of climbing? Just hiking climbing, or like you out on the face and got some ropes?
No, there was no ropes or anything. But, there were... we went... one place we went to the Rocky Mountain National Forest.
Okay.
Which was really cool. So you could park your car up. We were probably 16,000 feet up, 14,000 feet up.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty high elevation, and you could feel it when you breathe, or you were breathing. And so the person I was with, we decided to pull off, because they got little pull-off areas for your car, and then you can just
check it out.
Yeah, so
we did that several times on our crazy journey.
Yes.
18 states in 7 days.
I will say this was a lot scarier, though, because when you were driving up in the mountains, you were like looking over and there was just nothing there. Just like if you just turned a little bit, you'd be like, "Wow,
I'm screwed."
Yes. Yeah, you ain't coming back for that.
It's like that in West Virginia too, and the roads are crazy in West Virginia. You're like on these sides of these mountains, man, and you're flying, and the road is like a lane and a half wide. And so people are coming the other way, and you're like, okay, let's maneuver around each other, and it's hairy, dude. I remember sitting in a bus after doing some whitewater rafting out there, and we were coming back. Everyone was drinking on the bus, and I just kind of stopped and looked over, and I'm like, yeah, this is a great view. And I looked down, and I'm like, whoa, there is like no railing there, and like I am literally looking at the edge, like the tires are just like, I mean, within inches of the edge of this shit. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I really didn't want to drive, but I didn't have a choice.
I was glad that I was drinking, because if I was sober looking at that shit, I would have just been like, nope. And I think the alcohol on the bus allowed me to be a little bit more like, Yeah, if I die, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I survived the rapids. Hopefully, I'll survive the trip home.
I had a good time, at least at the end, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was a great time. That company doesn't even exist anymore, unfortunately. So you hit Colorado, and what else did you go to? I mean, how many states did you hit on this trip?
After 3 months there, I'll tell you what, New Mexico is, northern New Mexico is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Would have never thought it. Like the mountains are just like long plains, and they're like lavish green and just amazing. But then I had some job interviews. So one place I got to go hang out was Austin for an evening, in which I went and saw the John Butler Trio Band at the Paramount Theater, which was really cool. It worked out well because they ended up paying my mileage to go there and getting me lunch at a nice place.
Bonus.
Yeah. So by the time the interview was over, it was time for the concert. So basically, the mileage paid for the ticket for the show. But the funny thing was, this is like a dirty hippie band, and I'm the only person dressed in a 3-piece suit.
Head right to the show. You were swabbing to boner.
Yes, I was. But no one cared. It was fun regardless. And I've seen this gentleman play before, and it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about San Antonio is I lived right downtown, so I could go to all the different theaters and watch the show. So I'd get really great seats. And then, I could just walk there. And I had this thing where when I first moved down there, I had to get a set of cowboy boots. I don't know what it was.
Well, you're in Texas.
Exactly. And
if you're in Texas, I think you need to have a pair of boots in the closet.
So I went and I got me and my daughter, or my daughter and I, a very nice pair of cowboy boots. And yeah, it made a difference because all these people that go see the show are generally shorter than I am. So the cowboy boots would actually make me about 3-4 inches taller. So anytime I went to go see a show, I was above everybody. So I could get really down on the floor, and now I see everything. It was awesome. I mean, it
was awesome for you. Instead of everyone behind you, it was like, fuck this guy.
Well, the funny thing is I didn't have to stand right up front, so I could stand behind quite a few people. So at least the 3 people in front of me, they got great seats. I remember going to see Guns N' Roses, and they were playing at the Alamo Dome.
Right, you told me about that. That's where you got the backstage and everything, right?
Yeah, that is where I got VIP. So basically, they give you a seat, and then they give you a ticket to go in the standing area. And then you also go backstage, and you do get to drink for free and do some party stuff, which that was okay. Really, the show was what made it. When I walked out there, they had, who was it? Not AC/DC, but ZZ Top was the opener.
Oh, right on.
And yeah, I mean, they're old.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they're still doing the same show.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that.
No, Axl was, granted he's put a little bit of weight, him and Slash, sure. But I'm going to tell you, they rocked out for 4 hours straight and no break whatsoever. I was more tired than they were, I swear. And you just watch this crowd.
Wait, they had an opener and then they were a 4-hour show.
Yes.
Oh man, that is intense.
Yes.
That's intense.
It's one of my top 10 concerts, Guns N' Roses.
Top 10 meaning that it's like close to 10? That's totally my top 6. Why did you say 6? Because that's 6.
I'm going to say, I say top 10 because there's
a few that are comparable.
They're all in.
I get
they
you.
can be different too. So,
right.
And some of the artists I would call top 10 people don't necessarily know. So, it gives a little bit of variety.
It's a bit of experience. I remember, Opeth. We've seen a couple concerts together. We've seen Opeth together, which was a great show. And that was after Michael's accident too. So their music kind of toned down a lot.
Yeah.
And then we went and cake.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
I took you to go see Cake.
We went
didn't
to
I?
see
yeah.
Cake,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I love Cake.
That was such a great show.
Yeah.
And they handed out the
tree.
the plan. Yeah.
I didn't want that. I definitely did
so
not. I
funny.
would have been like, no, give it to somebody else. I'm
Yeah.
honored, but no.
Yeah, I'd be honored, but I got room
This-
for me and my buddy.
Right, this thing's gonna die if you give it to me. Just give it to someone who
Good
can.
planet, bro. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Sure.
I'll
Not
plant
at
this
my
tree.
mom's house, man.
Where
Not
can I
at my
plant
mom's
this tree?
house.
Calling grandma. Grandma, can I plant this tree? We gotta call her up on the landline. You want?
I
to talk to
wonder if
grandma.
they ever called back. You know, they were like, "Oh, we'll keep contact." All
Sure.
right. Yeah, that tree's gonna be 100 years old, man. If
We
it
expect
survives.
a Facebook photo every year.
Right.
Tag us in it just so that we can say we looked at it because you tagged us in it. You do all the work here. It's gonna be
Right.
like an automated kiosk.
We'll get the credit.
You know, we're
Yeah.
gonna charge you more money, and you do all the work. Okay.
And we're going to have something to talk about now every time so we can show this tree. Look what we did.
Yeah.
But we're not taking care of it. You are.
We love Earth, and we're gonna have this tree here, and we're gonna remind anyone and everyone that this tree's still alive. You see, like I guess maybe that's one of those things though that the internet does. It would hold you accountable.
Well,
You hold yourself accountable in different ways when it comes to putting shit out there.
I guess so. But the whole premise is, hey, convincing other people to do work. I guess I kind of see it because it's like, I'm going to do something good. I'm going to convince other people to do all the work to grow the trees.
Yeah, sure.
You know, but are they growing a tree?
I mean, I guess in a way you're still planting a seed.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
So it's Inception, baby. Look at you. You're a sunflower.
Oh,
Speaking of sunflower, I've been working on that new song. Well, we worked on it a while ago, but we've been finishing that up that song up as well. One of those other covers. So it's been going good, bro. Looking
Nice.
forward to tonight.
I've been doing some crazy stuff on the piano. I actually record it on my phone every so often, and I eventually got to get to the point where I just got to put some of the stuff together.
Yeah, and just put it together and get it out there, bro. You mean you got a MacBook, right?
I do, and then I also do just have my little Mac.
You know,
About one
well,
of
and
those.
with that, I mean, the truth is like you don't need much. You need an I/O. You need a good mic. And there's like I would recommend you probably a different mic, or if you were going to get two mics, I'd recommend this one and another one for instruments.
I gotta say, I like this. Sure,
These
mic.
dynamic, these what we're doing here, talking into these mics, is exactly what they're built for. These are dynamic microphones that are really made for narration and
Now,
podcasts.
I got a question on these. Now, how do you know?
Ooh, turn it back up.
Okay. Like I noticed that it's like a butt at the end. Where's the butt at? in
So
this
if
mic?
well, it's a dynamic mic.
Right. So it starts here and goes around like this, or it goes around like this.
Yeah.
So this is the front, and then this is the butt in the back.
Correct. I mean, it's really made to talk like right into it as opposed to like on the sides.
So when
I mean, you
look
can
at,
still get stuff.
when
but
I look at this, I'm seeing it as three-dimensional, like the butt is that way, and this is like the
sound descriptors. I don't know, man. All I know is that these are what they recommend. These just, do sound the best. And then the other one that I would go with is like an AKG. I think it's a C214, if I believe. And that's great for instruments and voice as well. That's like a diaphragm condenser mic.
nice. I like how this hangs. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, that one's just a Rode. This one, I got the nicer one over here, a little bit longer, a little bit smoother. It's got the strap in for the plug as opposed to Velcro, but.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, man. It's they're mic arms, woohoo! But no, it's like seriously, in front of the piano, or like how you get it. Like I would have two mics and
Right.
then a little I/O with two inputs, and you could put one right in the.
I got that. I got the IO. Because what I did was I bought like the
I mean, you had a studio at your place, so I mean, it's
right.
like
I got the stuff, but I don't have a mic like this in this piece.
okay.
And then I do have I put a 42-inch panorama screen, so it's the one that goes like round. And what I did was I put that in there so I could watch YouTube videos and put music on there so I could play the piano.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's your setup, bro.
Yeah, I just got to put it up and just do it, and then I got to learn some of the software. Like
You just got to do it.
I'm
Like, that's the
lazy
thing.
at that.
I mean, dude, that's all. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's get off your ass, explore. It's my shit is in Finding Lost is filmed.
Here's how I explore. Oh,
Explore films.
I gotta get it down quick, so I'll be like, all right, record, and here's how it ends up turning out. This is rough. So then I just end up doing
Yeah, it's
stuff.
good. It's good stuff. I mean, your neighbors love you. That's good.
Yeah, and that's always a bonus, right? If
Absolutely.
your neighbors love you, it's like. But sometimes I wonder if they're not. They don't ever really pay attention. Like, you know, as an artist, you probably do the same. It's like, man, I played that really bad, and then sometimes people will tell you it sounded really good.
Right. Basically, to tell you that, like, just keep playing.
Yeah, that
You're getting there.
Or I don't know if they notice that you're like when I
They hear it too, but it's more. I think at that point, it's like they end up going through the analysis of this. They're either like, first off, I think that they're either full of shit and they're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking hate on it, okay, because they're like a fucking troll, or they're gonna be like, you know what? They're listening to it, and even if it's not that good, they start assessing. They're like, well, it's better than I could do, and at least he did it. I think that's
think
what
so?
I do. I think so. I mean, because that's where a lot of my respect and appreciation for a lot of artists early on and whatever they're doing is. It's like, yeah, okay, but at least that person's doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I could probably do those things. What's holding me back? I mean, obviously that guy, you know, it's public speaking for one. A lot of people can't get up in front of people.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's
and then
true.
you know, like the first people that suck at singing, like who's gonna be your singer? You know, like when you're like in a middle school or high school rock band, and you're like, well, it's the guy that's willing to get up and scream on a mic.
Right,
you know, it's like, which way can he sing? Doesn't matter. We need someone up there. We want to jam. We want to continue jamming out, right? Well, we need to do something. Yeah. So let's have gigs with this guy who's at least he's doing it.
Right.
Good job.
Right.
Good job.
You know, that reminds me of my first show when you talk about that, because, you know, my stage name was Puff Chatty. And, well, you know, back when I was younger, I played the piano, and then I started picking up the guitar because I was doing all my hippie adventures. And, you know, I started writing songs, and they were always about marijuana and weed and stuff. So that's how I came up with Puff Chatty. And so it just always stuck. Well, my first show, I remember I didn't have a jack into the actual PA system for my guitar, so I couldn't hear it. All you could hear was my voice and me singing, and you can't hear the guitar. So I had to have someone run home a few blocks away to grab my other equipment so you could hear it. But by that time, I was halfway done the show, and I was doing solo. So I was opening up for some friends' bands and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we'll put you on.
Yeah, thanks for loaning me a chord. Can't
Yeah,
believe no one's got a chord.
exactly. Well, it was worse than that because I needed the pickup. Everybody had it jacked in, and my guitar didn't have the jack in, so I needed like the Dean Martin pickup that goes in the middle and then jacks in. So
you need an acoustic pickup.
yes, exactly. And so finally, that showed up. And fortunately, I didn't end up playing my good songs. I played all the bad ones. And there was one that I wrote that was instrumental that my two friends sat in. And they rocked out with me, and we nailed it. It was beautiful. And we've been practicing a little bit. And it was one that I wrote everybody really liked. And then I got to sing one where I actually could hear myself and everything. And that went well. So then after that was all done, I was like, oh, man, just sweat, just like...
And the adrenaline's pumping after your first.
It is,
first
but you're like, God, that sucked. And there were people that came up, dude, that was so good. And I was just like,
Yeah, well, because you have the ability to say fuck it and move forward. I mean, like I think that's what it is. I think that's what people see in that kind of shit.
Well, and I will say, there was the guy who was the lead band, and stuff, and he came up to me and he knew it was my first show, but they were all really nice because there was two bands in front of me. One was my best friend's band and another was a band I didn't know. And the one guy just came up to me and went up to me and said, as you were stating, you know what, man? I could never go up there by myself. I was just like, I play with an entire band, so when I mess up, they're covering it all.
Right.
I could never do. And it kind of made me feel good after that. I was
Absolutely.
like, man, that's thanks.
That's the truth. I mean, like a lot of times, like it is a band, and like you need those other people because like without them, you couldn't be standing up there. That's where like solo artists are. It's a thing,
right?
man.
Well, the other thing is, I think, I got the worst one out. They can only get better from here, man. So,
Right.
Bam.
Well, and that's the thing anyway. I mean, you look at any progress that happens, whether it, if we look at it politically or whatever, but just progress as humanity evolves. Like, we have a tendency to make a decision, think that this is the king-o motherfucking decision that we need to be following, and then we realize that that's not the decision. That wasn't the right decision, and now we know more. But that's the thing. You're not never gonna know more unless you fail, and you have to really be failing, actively failing. But then acknowledging your failure and constantly readjusting your course. It's golf, man. It's like when we're playing disc golf.
Oh, yeah.
If you want it doesn't matter. The course is the course, man. And wherever you end up on that course, whether it's the fairway or the rough, this can still be a good hole. And just because you birdie that hole doesn't mean that it's time to celebrate, because you got another hole right after it. And if you bogey it, then your birdie meant shit.
If it only worked with picking up women that way.
Oh, it kind of does in a horrible way. It kind of does, I think. Women, man, who wants to go there? Jeez, some sad stories, bro. Women are women. Where I think we're all human, though. I think we
all
the thing
are.
I've noticed, more with arguments anymore is when a lot of people, when they're afraid of someone or feel get vocal about someone, even when just someone's just saying shit in a bar, it's the shit that comes out of their mouth majority of the time is literally what I'm viewing them as. It's just they're calling out their own shit, but they're putting it on this other person. And I think that's what is funny. And it's and it may be true about that other person, but it's really that argument that comes out of left field, and you're like, what the fuck are they even arguing about? Why am I getting bitched at right now? And everything that they're attacking you with is just obviously something that they're dealing with mentally and emotionally at the moment, man. And it's just and then you start arguing, and we all do it. We all do the same thing. I hate it when you have the voice in your head that says, I'm not going to start talking this shit today. And then that's the first thing out of your mouth.
I try to walk away. My problem is I get silent. And that just seems to enhance a problem like that. It's just oh, you're not paying attention. No, I'm really paying attention. It's just not the right time or the right place for this conversation.
That is true. But I've found that the majority of those conversations, it doesn't matter even if you're trying to engage them with focus, because that's not what's happening. It's literally not. It's some sort of biological thing that I think we all have to go through, where we need to vent. Yeah. And it happens. And
Some
unless
more than
people don't
others.
have, right. And if you don't have a creative outlet, or if you don't have a place to put their stress, it's going to come out on those you love all the time. And it's a reflection majority of the time.
All the time. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. We are all crazy. I really think that we are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, it is crazy. I mean, fuck, man. The true, besides the Steve Jobs and the Elon Musk, I mean, the majority of people that create the craziest shit, or the people that are in the highest positions of power, are no smarter than you or I.
No, they just have, they were, sometimes it's the right time, right place. They had the right idea. They were, they're intelligent by many means, but
they're just working it too. I think that's the other thing. They're working it.
They find the right minds to put together, though, for a lot of stuff.
And I think a lot of those minds really stem from not fearing failure.
Yeah.
Like just being able to be like, yeah, we're going to do this, give it our best go. And as soon as it fails or whatever, being like, yep, okay, yep, and we're right back up. It's not destroying. It's not earth shattering to them. It's just like, yeah, shit.
It's just
okay.
part of the job, man.
That's another one that doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right, next, back to the drawing board. And they just stay at it. The consistency. It's the same thing. Going right back to golf, man. Remaining consistent.
So tell me about how your production's going on Lost. Oh wait, before I got to tell you something that I thought about doing a YouTube of my dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Winter, and it's not because she's white and fluffy and she fits the name
adorable.
Winter and adorable. It's more because I'm a big, huge Game of Thrones fan. And when I was living in San Antonio, you know, my mom ended up bringing the dog to San Antonio from Michigan. So we named it Winter. They wanted to name it Snowball, and I was like, absolutely not. So Winter is coming in Game of Thrones. So the whole time I was like, we're going to name her Winter because winter is coming. And so it's interesting when I go and meet people now and they go, oh, that's such an appropriate name for her. And I'm like, yeah, but it's from Game of Thrones. And you can tell who's a Game of Thrones fan and who's not a Game of Thrones, because some of them will be like, winter is coming. I'll be like, that's exactly why I named her that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you want to do a show with your dog?
Yes. She just gets a lot of attention. Like when I was in San Antonio, I'd take her for walks down on the Riverwalk and to the Starbucks, and just the way that people hover around her, and you see a difference in their facial expressions.
So she brings out joy in people.
Oh, yeah.
She just really relaxed and
Yeah, well, and she smiles, and basically she likes to hug people, so she'll give them hugs and stuff. And now so many people have just said thank you when she does that, and you know, she gets pointed at a lot. And even now in Georgia, man, I've had so many people, they were driving their cars and stop in the middle of the road, say, that is a beautiful dog. And I'm like,
how do I monetize this?
Exactly.
Can I exploit my dog?
Well,
We got to create a show.
Well, I think it would be bring joy to people because I watch what they watch on YouTube.
Okay.
And, you know, I also, it's funny, as since I got this dog, it's a Samoyed, so it's a sled dog. So I started watching a lot about the breed and stuff, which I had one before, but I'm really getting more into it now. And I'm just looking at what she could bring and what you could do and how you could create this positive YouTube experience with animals, and then maybe even educate animal owners through drawing her in, because I think you could get sponsors. You know, one of the biggest spots where people spend money is on their pets. A lot of them don't even think about it. So if you get a good core of sponsors and you start getting a following, and, you know, I've already, one lady I, you know, was with, you know, I was just kind of joking about, about talking about it. And she's like, yeah, I'm already like several of these Samoyeds. Never met one, but watches them on YouTube.
There you go. So you just need some playtime with your dog and a camera.
Yeah.
You know, you should get a 360 camera. That'd be some pretty cool.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
You could strap. You could literally strap the 360 camera on her vest, and then people could be her. They could look around. They get to check out whatever she's checking out.
That would be a good way to start the show.
Yeah.
Because it could show the interaction. And, you know, I thought, too, the biggest thing is showing, one, her little struggles through life a little bit, you know, being a dog. And then also, but show how she doesn't have any really, but, you know, she's a dog. And
we love our animals.
Right, we do. And, you know, how she can bring, how her, and this would be an interesting tie, what you say with the camera, because you do see this unique thing when people meet her and like really meet her and get to pet her and stuff. You see this whole just glow amongst people. You know, someone could be down and out or whatever, and it's just like night and day. It's very weird. I was being teased by my buddy Monty. He helped me move from San Antonio to Atlanta. And I was telling him about this before he even met the dog or anything. I was like, I'm thinking I need to do a YouTube video and, maybe it's like a, what do they call that? Real TV or whatever.
Like a reality show.
Like a little reality show.
Little dog reality show.
Yeah, 15-minute clips, nothing huge on a weekly basis. And, I was telling him this idea, and he was just like, Chad, that's a funny thing. Who will watch that show? Who, can't see it. So then he came to San Antonio, started to hang with my dog, and started to take her out for walks and stuff. And then after we got to Atlanta, he was just like, you need to figure out how to bottle this up.
You know what? I'm gonna write down some ideas because I actually just kind of figured out the marketing plan for what you would have to do here.
See what I'm saying? And it's not, to start something. And, the other unique thing I'm looking at right now, too, is I'm in a unique area. I'm in Atlanta. So you've got over 3 million people right there to market to. So that in itself is just like, there's got to be something that you could put together for this. And it's not a long-term thing, but I think it would be good. And you never know what it could
You never know.
off,
Hey, and you know what? If it's an opportunity to be creative, I'm going to embrace that and say, do it, brother. You should do it. Absolutely. You just need, and then it's not, I look at it and it's not crazy, but this is the shit that I do. And some people are like, man, you got magic fingers. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to hide all my mistakes. That's why I edit my own shit, right?
Well, you look at some of the stuff. There were videos of people just making noises that they watch and listen to for relaxation.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's videos that kids put together, with the toys that they're playing that watch other kids play.
Oh, yeah. Well, video games, so many people are streaming on Twitch when it's not just a thing to play a video game, but it's the thing to play a video game with your friends can watch you playing your video game.
Well, and I think the next market really is those 15-minute clips.
I think even shorter.
You could be right.
People's attention spans are really down to people want to dump out at around 2.5 minutes, and that's actually pushing it. It's really more about 1 minute and 28 seconds, unless you have a content that is extremely engaging. But even then, it can be. It's just people are too. Like even my videos, man. Like I need to technically do them, and they only need to be 2.5 minutes long. I need to figure out how to do them quicker. But I'm more of like the long form shit, man.
More for less.
I'm more like the long form shit. I don't like the idea of having to have everything like, you know what? I want to do this, and it's got to be like this, and it's like, you know what? That's not how life works. That's not how shit works. It's like just let go and just do. Fail on whatever you're gonna fail for it. Oh, I fucked that up. Well, I guess you're not gonna do that again. Yeah, I might a couple times, like whatever. Right, you're only gonna get better, and as opposed to not doing it and then being like, yeah, I could kick ass at. Well, I could make a few.
Right. Start practice.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, your 10th one's going to be better than your first one, and your 50th one's going to be better than your 10th one. Like you're just going to end up going exponentially. Just get them out there. Just keep doing. And that's why. What are you? So what are you doing next, man? Like how long are you up here? You're here for a week.
Well, I'm leaving on Sunday. Yeah,
right,
on Sunday I head back at 6 a.m. Oh. I know, right? That's gonna hurt.
Is it a drive or a fly?
It's a drive.
Okay.
It's a drive. 11 hours, but it's only an 11-hour drive. So
yeah,
12 hours total because I'll stop twice,
sure,
3 times. But no, then I'll be up here for Easter week.
Okay.
So I'll come back up. And then in May, I'm going to go to San Antonio for Memorial Day week. And then I'll be back in the summer. But then I think August, I'm going to Denmark. And then in September, I'm going to Rome, Venice, and Tuscany.
Nice, dude. I'm still waiting on more details, but I had the preliminary inquisition yesterday for a trip to Rio.
Nice.
Yeah, with like 6 girls
Nice.
that they want me to do like their photo shoots and shit.
Nice.
I'm like, yes.
You need anybody to carry the equipment?
Right. I gotta actually do some research and find out like what the rules are for carrying gear in. A lot of that's changed, man. A lot of that's changed. Now you can't fly with lipos, and there's just like other rules.
You can't fly with what?
Lipo batteries. They can't fly with them, or no, they have to be. They can't. You can't throw them in your luggage. They have to be in your carry-on. So, fortunately, everything's basically in a backpack, and I can check a bag of clothes. But yeah, dude.
Wow.
And then there's like rules. Like I remember when I went to Jamaica, when I went in there with the drone, I had to give them like $800 deposit or $500 deposit when I landed with the drone.
For what?
So that they could make sure that I was leaving with the drone, so that I wasn't selling it and making mad
Right.
profit on there, smuggling it in and
yeah.
selling it.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That is crazy.
And then like it was a whole thing because I was like,
I thought we were beyond that. I thought we had free trade there. What's going on?
Shooting a wedding,
Right?
a friend of the wedding party.
Man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, dude, it's been going, man. It's been going crazy. And that's
But that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking ride the rapid, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to get to the other side, just ride the rapid and learn to grab the branch next time it comes.
Right.
You'll get there.
I agree. I feel that I'm getting to the point where my thespian side in Atlanta has to come out.
Becoming an urban crawler.
I don't know what an urban crawler is. Every time I hear that, I'm thinking Spider-Man.
Oh man, just get out there and I mean, I guess you've already been pretty urban out in Texas, right? Because you were right there you weren't
Yeah.
like in the country,
I lived right downtown.
right? So, and are you downtown in Georgia?
Georgia's weird. Atlanta's a little different. You have a downtown area, you have a midtown area, you have Buckhead, then you got where I'm at, and then there's little pockets that grow. And it's not like a walkable city per se. It's not real like San Antonio and downtown's all walkable. You can walk on the Riverwalk, and Atlanta's very hilly. They do have some good transportation depending on which way you're going, because the MARTA, I guess. But no, it's not as walker friendly. And in Atlanta, you're going to drive places. Stuff where I live though is pretty close, because I live right across the street from the Braves Stadium. So if you ever want to go to a Braves baseball game, you just walk right across the street, and then right next to the Braves Stadium, on the same side of the street that I'm at, is the Coca-Cola Roxy Center. So like I'm gonna go see Tenacious D in August.
Nice.
There. So yeah, I'm very excited for that one. I had tickets to go see Ice Cube, but he canceled. So, and the nice thing is I walk right outside my door, and I take a left, and I walk maybe 100 feet, if that, and I'm there.
There you go.
And
Yeah,
there's restaurants and stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's the bar district. It's basically bar and entertainment with and everything's brand new. So because it's a new development.
And that's that one's in.
This one's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, man.
yeah, a little different. Little different. Starting to learn to meet people, but the other nice thing is I have friends in Florida, friends in Tennessee, Michigan, and some in Georgia that are a lot closer. So I look at it as I go on these continued adventures.
Right. You're not on the other side of the country.
Right.
You're just like an 11-hour drive away.
Right, which is a day.
Right. I mean, yeah, but half a day
versus 2 days, But no, it's so I'm gonna get to hang out with a lot of people I haven't hung out with in a while. So I'm looking forward to that. I do have a friend who just moved to Oregon, which you're probably more welcome to go if head out there sometime because
Yeah, man, we'll have to get this van done. I got to get it started, I guess, first off.
yeah, what the heck? Quit getting lost, man.
Getting lost in. Yeah, little did I know, Chad, that when I wanted to start this whole finding lost idea, that it was going to become extremely metaphysical before it was going to become a reality and become physical. I went somewhere else that I never even knew that I was capable of going, bro.
That happens,
it's a crazy
man.
thing.
That happens, dude.
And it's all about new discovery.
Heck, look at me, man.
Finding the wheel, recharging your own batteries. What is that? It's happiness. Where'd you get that? I created it. I created it for me.
You mean it wasn't here?
No.
It wasn't just here.
I had to
given you?
generate this
Shit.
every day. And then all of a sudden it's gray skies for like 4 months. Oh, man. Mental health is a motherfucker.
It is. Well, I will say.
You've always been an uppity dude, though. For as long as I've known you, you've always pretty much carried a smile on your face. Even through all the shit, you've always just been. I remember when we did do our 18 states in 7 days, your whole thing was right after the new year, and it was just, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Doesn't matter what you're faced with. What are you going to do about it? That was Chad Sibley all the way.
Really?
We'd say anything. Anytime there was like what are you going to do? Left or right, decide. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. And, there are always consequences to however you handle a situation.
Yeah.
But right, wrong, or indifferent, you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Or you don't, and that's like where we run into a big problem with a lot of people.
That's,
They just make the same mistake over and over and over again and wonder why.
See, mine was don't focus on everybody else. Just focus on your own talents for a while. And that is kind of what has helped me.
Yeah.
So,
But you can't close yourself off. You got to be social, but you just got to be comfortable with just doing you. Like some people aren't comfortable with just going to a bar by themselves.
Yeah.
Some people are like, there's a lot of social anxiety that goes with like stepping into a bar or restaurant that they don't know by themselves without someone. It's weird.
Well, I go to concerts by myself all the time.
Yeah, like people would think you're nuts. Like I go to the movies by myself. People think I'm nuts.
I'm just like, if I want to see a movie, I ask people if they want to go, obviously.
Right. But if they're not going to go see it, then I'm going to go fucking do it.
Exactly.
I might go see 2.
Right?
I might go back to back. I might go catch this matinee and go right into the next one.
I go hiking by myself all the time. I'm just like, no one ever is up that early in the morning. So I'm just like, all right, winner, let's go.
Well, so you're sitting in the Con Man Studios here, and we're doing the Finding Lost podcast, which is also AKA my bedroom, which I basically got a prison cot, and it's in a slightly larger cell. This is my creative cell, but dude, the sun beams right through that window in a blinding sort of way.
Yeah, but
first thing in the morning, like
you've got the Terminator poster.
Yeah, dude,
old school.
I'm a machine.
That's right. All right, hold on. I'm not a machine, so I'm gonna take a potty break.
Oh, there you go. See, and then this is where we put in the little music and a little bit of update-a-roonies that have been going on because it is the weekend and life happenings, crazy. I don't know where I'm gonna go with this except drink from this straw. Shit, that's out. Oh, man. What time is it? Woohoo! Hey, people are sharing videos and stuff. All right. Let's go see what's going on in social media world. Hey, Elmer from Elmer's World has a new he's been producing a lot, man. He's got a lot of pictures and videos, a lot of interesting videos. He just did another podcast with his girlfriend talking about the trip and journey that they went on. Damon McKenzie has a show tonight at the Draft. And what else? Hey, synthetic elk curry promises to make you feel drunk without the hangover. A famous psychedelics researcher turns his attention to alcohol. Ooh, that could be interesting. We all like science. What is this fashion? Who wears this stuff? What is this? What is these things?
What's that?
Commenting on social media. That's best way to burn. Oh my God, Jesus. Reason number 281.
Wow.
Well, you don't have a kid. And mom's got
that.
kid on her shoulders, and he vomited all over her in her hair.
You know, I was
All
taking
over.
my daughter to on an airplane when she was about that size. She was about 3-4 years old. I think she was, about 4. And I was carrying her, and it was at the Flint Bishop Airport. And so my stepfather was with me, and my daughter and I were all flying to Florida. And so we stopped at one of the food places and got something to eat. Well, my daughter had got a hold of the mayonnaise packet and ate the whole mayonnaise packet. I didn't know this, and then all of a sudden, as
Not
we're getting
feeling
ready,
so good.
before we're getting on the plane, you just hear this, and oh my goodness, she's gonna throw up. I got all this luggage and everything on me, so I drop it all just in the nick of time and turn her body outwards. And I've never seen projectile puke before, like literally just shoot out like a hose shooting water.
Right.
And this is in the middle of Bishop Airport. And I just hold her out and just kind of
Like a sprinkler.
360 motion.
Like a dog running with a hose.
Exactly. It's just like, didn't get any on me. I don't know how that happened. She had a little bit on her shirt because it wasn't a lot, but because it projectiled, and so it was all over the floor in front of us. Our baggage was good, so I was like, oh, sweet. So I could just grab a shirt, pull the one she's got off, get her mouth a little bit, bam, new one on, and we were on the plane ready to go. But people
Boom.
were around us looking at like, oh my
Dadding it
God, yes. I got lucky on that one because I had her over my shoulder, and
He could have been covered in puke the whole flight.
That would have been bad. But after that, she was perfectly fine.
Yeah, she just had to get that mayonnaise
Yeah.
out. She's so pissed.
Oh my goodness, the things you got to look out for.
Yeah.
I would have never thought.
Quick.
Oh man, why would she eat the whole mayonnaise packet then?
This tastes
Damn.
good. I'm hungry.
Bam! It's out.
I'm suddenly not feeling so well.
Must eject.
Stomach's abort. Just get it out. We're about headed in there. It doesn't matter, Dad.
Not in.
Oh God!
Exactly.
Starts heaving like a cat.
That's
Drool
what,
running
that's
from her
what,
mouth.
That's what I heard. I heard that, and I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, the dry heave. It's coming. It's not all the way up yet. Oh man. I've got a pretty good projectile vomit story.
The other things you don't realize as a father that are weird. Taking a girl into the men's bathroom.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, because you ain't going in the girls' bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taboo.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Is that still like that now? I mean, you
They
can't
got
just
some
go into
places
any
got
bathroom that you
family
choose.
bathrooms. No, my daughter's 9, so I can sit now outside and wait, and she can do her own thing.
Yeah, but I think I mean, I'm just being, but the transgender, but it doesn't matter.
Can you
anymore,
imagine
really.
back in the day when they used to have the troughs at the Tigers Stadium? You ever go to a baseball game where they just have the urine
Yeah,
trough?
sure.
And it's just a long trough.
There's a little bit of running water.
Right, exactly.
Other than that, it's gravity.
Exactly.
It's going down to the hole in the
And
ground at
it's
the
just
end
a
of the
bunch of
bathroom.
dudes with nothing blocking.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Just take a
taking your
piss.
daughter to that?
I remember
They didn't have family bathrooms back then.
right, dude, and I was the kid that had to have his pants to his
Right.
ankles to piss in the
Right. So, wow.
Just
wow.
stand back and pee.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It's weird how I don't know. It's just weird, like how sex and all that kind of stuff has kind of put its way into sure, there's creepos out there, you know, there's a lot of fucking creepos out there, but at the same time, like, why are not more things unisex? Like, it just doesn't, I don't understand
I don't know why they just don't have single bathrooms. Just, hey, to be the truth, I don't like sitting in a stall next to somebody who's blowing ass. I mean, have you ever had that happen?
Yeah,
you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna take my time, and then all of a sudden you're
and you're like, wow, they don't give a fuck, because you're
Right.
sitting on that toilet and you just heard someone use the urinal and you're like holding it back a little bit because you're like, this is gonna fucking explode, and I don't want to embarrass myself. Even though they don't know who I am, it could be a coworker. He could recognize the shoes. Jan might have seen me walk into the bathroom. Fuck, I should have used the one in the shop, not the one in this area. Fuck. If you're gonna shit too, at work, you always have to find the shitter that's like the furthest away from your work zone. But when you're in there, you're totally nervous, especially if you're at the store.
Hey, but a lot of shitters are different sizes. You realize
too,
that?
yeah.
You got high ones.
I'm
you
on my
got low
tiptoes
ones.
here.
Yes.
You know, or are you doing the hover? You have
Right.
to inspect the seat first.
Right. Oh man.
Carry a pocket Lysol spray. Disinfect.
You know what really works
What?
to get rid of scent instantly in a
The
toilet?
poopery?
No. You light a match and you throw the match in the toilet.
Really?
Yeah. Something about it. It burns up the carcinogens or whatever it is.
Carcinogens? You poop carcinogens? Carcinogens cause cancer.
Well, whatever creates that smell. It's the
Sulfur?
methane, sulfur, or whatever. That burns it.
I don't know.
Yeah, so if you get a
I know the
book of
poopery.
match. Yeah,
they
get a book of
say that it
matches and
works.
Throw that in there. Trust
The
me,
whole
it works.
book. You might need a whole book.
No, you just need
How
one.
much?
You're
How
like,
much? You know, I ordered a couple burritos and then I put extra few dabs of extra spicy butthole on this because baby, it's gonna be burning later.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Did you wipe? I don't know if that's blood or a pepper.
I'm pretty sure it's blood, dude. I'm pretty sure it's blood.
My ass just itches a lot, I thought.
That's why I keep getting rashes. God damn it.
Oh man. Yeah, no, this is a good time, man. I'm glad that we got to hang out, dude. I'm sorry keep you a little bit longer than I know you wanted to be on here. I want to be able to send you off properly. So, but dude, man, till next time, man, we're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah, we'll have to get lost someplace, and you know, you're gonna have to do it down in Atlanta and come check that place out, and I'll show you a bunch of stuff. You know, one of the things I haven't done yet that I want to do down there is go to the Walking Dead's set, because they do a whole tours and everything.
Really?
Yeah, because they film that down there.
Well, dude, like that's what I'm saying. Like, so basically, my plan for when I'm on the road is, you know, I'm gonna hit like at where I go.
Dude,
I'm gonna
you don't
spend
have-
like a week.
You don't have to sleep in your van either. I've got a spare room, so and I've got
I might stay a little longer,
Hey,
and you might get a month out of me.
I have a queen blow up bed, so it's better than this. So,
Hey,
and it's
dude,
pillow top.
honestly, I've been getting the best sleep ever on this.
I know,
seriously.
but a queen, trust me, it's nice.
it's I believe it. I would totally take it. But the point being is, yeah, man, when I'm on the road, I plan on doing, you know, we'll go on an adventure, we'll create an episode, and then usually like we talk about the adventure, we make the podcast. So a lot of my content is created in one day besides my vlogs.
Okay.
And that's so, and then my plan is when I'm out on the road, I'm just going to meet fellow creatives, you know, like it's, you know, you just put it out there.
Right.
And then you're, you know, hey, I'm in the go. Hey, you usually get someone, or you find someone at a bar, or you find someone interesting, and it's like, that's it. It's
Or
really it.
lots of hot chicks.
Yeah, sure. Lots of hot chicks.
Lots of hot chicks.
It'd be nice to travel with. I know I was thinking about getting like a model maybe in each state, or finding someone that would be down for that, because sure, it ups the views, but you know, who wants to really do all this shit alone?
Ups the
I
views.
think
What are you talking about?
Oh, dude! Instead of my fucking face, put a you know, beautiful ass up there. I'm
Right.
sure people are gonna click
See
on
if
more.
you can use her face,
Even if
but
it's
your
just her
voice, you know?
face. Instead, it
everybody
doesn't have to be
guessing.
your ass, but I mean, it'd probably be even more clicks if it was her ass opposed to her face. I don't know. Men are assholes. We're judgy. But all right, dude. All right, guys. Till next time. Check us out on. Wait. Do you even do social media anymore? I'm gonna give you a shout out to where people follow you if you want anyone following you.
You can, but it's a rarity for me right now because though
you're incognito.
May have
incognito
inspired me
mode.
maybe to start posting stuff on.
Yeah, you got your
Facebook.
winter dog.
I winter and
you're gonna create a whole thing.
Do
here.
some music online.
Absolutely.
So.
You got a SoundCloud?
No. I don't know what any of that is.
All right.
I just showed you how I do my recording.
It is amazing all the technology that's in a phone, man.
Right.
You do some really cool things.
Just so I remember what it sounds like.
Of course, your phone is small as shit. What are you rocking here, dude? This thing is like almost ancient.
That's SE. That's basically a
4 SE.
A 5 with
4
6's
body.
guts or 7's guts in it.
It's not a 5. It's a 4 because 5 they were rounded. Yeah.
No. That's a SE. That's not the 5. It's the body of the 5, but it's the guts of I think the 6 or 7.
It's really small. It actually does feel pretty comfortable in my hand.
I like that size. I still have my 5.
Kind of like your case too. It's like hard corners, sort of rounded. Interesting. All right. Hey guys, have a good one. Until next time. Finding Lost.
Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You can also follow me on any of these social media outlets at Finding Lost WDC or visit findinglostwdc.com for the latest adventure updates. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time on Finding Lost.